Well, Kaspa just did something that's very rare and hasn't happened in a long time, and I can't wait to show you what that is. But I'm Chris Hare, the world champion crypto cowboy. We're going to break it down today. We're going to understand what those moves are in Kaspa. We're going to go over some fundamentals, and then I'm going to get into those charts. And there's something consistent across all three charts, the daily, the weekly, the 4-hour, that you need to see, because it's going to affect how you think about Kaspa and maybe where your spot purchasing might begin. But I'm Chris Hare, the world champion crypto cowboy. We're going to go ahead and get into it. There is a lot to talk about. We'll start off with this. And I'm going to tell you, Kaspa is a proof of work blockchain. It's got the same foundation as Bitcoin, but it's built to run faster. Bitcoin processes one transaction at a time, like a single lane highway. But Kaspa, it runs multiple lanes at once. Right now, it handles 10 blocks per second. Bitcoin handles 1 block every 10 minutes. That's the technology in plain English. And here's the honest picture, guys. Kaspa hit its all-time high of about 21 cents in August 2024. It's trading around 3 cents today. That's an 85% drop from the top. The market has not rewarded the technology just yet. But here's what matters right now. On May 5th, less than 4 weeks away, Kaspa's doing a major upgrade. And in plain English, this is the moment Kaspa goes from being a fast payment chain to a platform that can run applications and create its own tokens. That is a fundamental change in what this network can do, and the chart is reacting to that news right now. There's one thing worth noting. Kaspa's not listed on Coinbase or Binance yet. That means it trades on smaller exchanges with thin volume, and thin volume means you can move price fast and hard in both directions on relatively small money. Keep that in mind when you see those charts tonight. And if you want to check out what I'm saying, I made posts this morning. You check out my link in the crypto school. We did a Bitcoin update this morning. Gave you an update last night. I post all my videos there. The great Connor Kenny, the great Tyler Hill, they're all there. If you're not in the crypto school, guys, you're missing out. There's another great lineup of coaches. You're never alone. If you really want to learn how to trade these markets and understand how they move, the crypto school is the place to be. You'll find a link in my description. Now let me start off with Bitcoin dominance, because we need to talk about it, because it controls whether this altcoin trade even exists at all. So Bitcoin dominance is a chart that shows what percentage of all crypto money is sitting in Bitcoin versus everybody else. You got to think of it like a faucet. When the faucet's pointed at Bitcoin, money flows into Bitcoin and away from altcoins. When it starts turning the other way, money rotates into altcoins. Right now, that faucet is pointed hard at Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance sitting at about 59.59%. It bounced hard off a low of about 57.17, and now is reclaiming that key level. The speedometer on dominance is maxed, with the top momentum building and money flow turning green. And in plain English, Bitcoin is outperforming altcoins right now, and the momentum behind that is still building. The resistance zone above, 62 to 64%. If dominance continues pushing towards that zone, altcoins, including Kaspa, will face real headwinds, even as the chart looks bullish. Here's the line I'm watching. If Bitcoin dominance gets rejected at 62% and starts rolling back down, that's a signal. It could mean that alt season is beginning, and setups like Kaspa have real room to run. Until that rejection point prints, Bitcoin leads and altcoins follow, guys. Now let me start on the weekly chart, because this is where the big picture lives. You can't know where the lower time frames are unless you know what's going on the weekly chart. The speedometer on the weekly, which I use to measure buying and selling pressure, just crossed bullish for the very first time in a long time. That's the stochastic RSI. K crossed above D from deeply oversold territory. The cipher is showing a bull label, and the VWAP, which is the volume weighted average price, is starting to curl upwards. In plain English, guys, after months of selling pressure exhausting itself on the weekly chart, buyers are finally starting to show up. The weekly golden zone sits between about 84 cents and 10.5 cents. That's the macro recovery target. If this bounce has real legs, that's a significant move from where we are tonight at 3.2 cents. But the weekly chart is the one that shows you where this could go if everything lines up. And this is my honest read, guys. This is the first bullish weekly signal in months, and that matters. But one signal doesn't make it a trade. Let me show you the daily and 4-hour to see if the story holds up. On the daily chart, the speedometer has K above D and climbing. A bull label is active on the cipher, and a green dot printed at the recent lows. That green dot is an exhaustion signal. It tells you that sellers ran out of fuel at the bottom. Price is currently living inside the daily extension zone between 2.4 and 4.4 cents. The first daily target of 5.1 cents. After that, the daily golden zone sits between 7.28 cents and 8.27 cents. That lines up almost perfectly with the weekly golden zone above. When two time frames, guys, point to the same target area, that confluence matters. The daily 50 simple moving average is the trend to watch here. Think of it like the center line on a highway. Price needs to get above it and hold it for the daily trend to confirm a real change in direction. The warning, though, is the daily is bullish, but Bitcoin dominance is still pushing higher. That headwind is real. And a rising dominance environment means good altcoin setups underperform until dominance peaks. So if this video is helping you right now and you're understanding the markets a little better, go ahead and like and subscribe, tap that bell notification. And before the 4-hour chart, when the weekly confirmation fires and I start buying Kaspa spot, that goes directly into my Bitcoin IRA through iTrust Capital. It's tax advantage, it's long-term. That's how you hold an asset you actually believe in. The link is in my description. You get $300 when you sign up. Go ahead and check it out. But now on to the 4-hour chart. The speedometer has K crossed above D from oversold territory, a confirmed bullish cross. Bull and heavy bull labels are active on the cipher. The VWAP is starting to curl upward and money flow is turning green. Price bounce from the 4-hour extension zone. An immediate target above the 4-hour golden zone is 348 and 3.94 cents. Now here's where the most important thing I want you to understand tonight. All three time frames, the daily, the 4-hour, and the weekly, they're all showing that bullish speedometer crosses at the same time, and that's rare. That kind of alignment across multiple time frames is what serious traders call confluence. It doesn't guarantee a move up, but it tells you the odds are shifting, guys. The Bitcoin dominance caveat applies here too. Even with this alignment, if dominance keeps pushing towards 62%, Kaspa will face resistance getting above that 4-hour golden zone. So watch both of those charts together. And if you want to be positioned for this move and you want to get into an exchange that has something you can use to capitalize on this move, go ahead and check out BTCC. We're giving away $250 at the end of the month. You get a 10% bonus on your first deposit over $500. You'll find a link to that in my description. Closing out here, we'll figure out what's going on. Kaspa just printed the strongest multi-time frame bullish alignment. It is shown in months. The 4-hour, the daily, and the weekly are all pointing the same direction at the same time. The May 5th hard fork is less than 4 weeks away. The fundamental story is improving, but Bitcoin dominance is still pushing higher, and that's the one thing standing between this setup and a real alt season run. We need to watch dominance for that rejection at 62%. If it does, guys, setups like this one have room, and if it doesn't, we wait for the chart to confirm before we act. Not doing anything with it yet, but I'm watching this one really close. It really has an opportunity to do something big, but Bitcoin dominance, like we said, is driving that boat, and until that rejects, I think it's more of the same. But we're getting close. I'm starting to get the optimism, some optimism. Some of these altcoins, guys, are really starting to look strong, and I'm starting to watch them track, and I'm tracking them a little better. I'm watching them a little closer, and I'm going to throw out some more altcoin videos next week. I'm gone all weekend. I'd risk off during the weekend. I just don't trade. But this weekend, I'm not going to look at a chart. I'm going to go have fun. I'm going to enjoy some time with some really good friends, and I'll circle back around on Sunday. We'll do a Bitcoin nightly update, and I'll throw you a walk and talk out tomorrow. Wrapping it up right here, Chris Hare, the world champion crypto cowboy. I really appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you down the road.